Warriors Unite! Back with another episode of Vigor Warriors 2 and the 1% Club. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. Happy Sunday. This is a Saturday, Sunday. And back with another episode, my friends. Hope you guys are doing well. Making sure you're conquesting yourself, conquesting things around you under the purpose of God and your Creator. And hopefully things are going well for you guys. Things are wonderful as usual. Let's do some shout outs real fast here as we go through this. Let me finish up this one page I got. So let's see what I got. Aaron Rich, thank you, my friend. Joshua Garcia, thank you. Joshua Garcia. Fredrick Gray, thank you. Jon the Dawn, thank you. True Image. Yisrael, yehuddah, thank you. Justin Greene. Tobecorleone, thank you. I appreciate that. Lightning in the Dark, again, thank you. TKO, on my grind every day. Thank you. Marlo, thank you. Chris Snoop, thank you, my friend. And Brother Boldly Official Music, twice. Thank you, my friend. All right. So, our topic today. Now, we're going to combine one today, my friends. We're going to talk about that, how attractive you are. Why are you attractive under semen retention? So a couple of different quotes here. One quote was from Everyone Wants You During Semen Retention by Mr. Perfect. I appreciate that. Shout out to you, my friend. And also one by Remington Tufflips. Thank you. They will stare at you. So let's talk about those two a little bit. All right. So why is it that we're attractive to females when we're under semen retention? So warriors, let's look at this. And I've had a couple comments recently as well. That people are talking about that this is really kind of not true. It's kind of BS, all that kind of stuff. And so let's kind of go back a little bit and we'll talk about some experiences, at least my experiences. I'll give you my opinion on this and how this affects your overall types of purpose of trying to become the best high value male you can. So let's kind of talk about this whole idea of attraction and why we're talking about it. So in my background, my history, I was very shy when I was younger. I'm 63 now. So back when I was about 20 years old, 19, 20, even though I played football in high school, I really wasn't that attractive to women. I was very shy, dorky looking, all kinds of stuff like that. And so I had a lot of trouble with a lot of those type of things. Now, it got a little better as time went on. I studied communications and I was able to get better with that. And so I became a little more attractive as time went on. But the issue always was that I had a very high, low self-confidence, low self-esteem, and a lot of anxiety when it came to talking with women and communicating with women and those type of things. And so I always noticed that there was more times when I was successful, the times I was successful, and now as I look back on it, were the times where actually I was not releasing and I was kind of just being normally chasing goals, doing things. I was trying to achieve things in school, trying to achieve things eventually outside of school. And I didn't get married until I was like 30 years old. And so there was a number of years there that I was kind of doing things and I was dating people and things like that. But I really did not succeed with any of the things we're talking about and become attractive really until I had those periods of time when I did not release. And so let's look at that for a second, because about 1100, what is it, almost 1200 days I've been off of, no FAP and monk mode now, for a period of time as well. And what ends up happening is that you end up getting a different feeling. Now, why is this? So let's talk about attraction and why this is important. So warriors, as you look at this, one of the key things to keep in mind is the fact that even though you may not think so, other people sense your aura, your energy. Now, it may be more of a spiritual thing and they don't always recognize it. So when people say this is BS, and I had a person say this today, I understand where you're coming from. And actually, I appreciate those comments. And I'll probably give a shout out to that person next time we do a video. But I understand where the comment's coming from, because I had a lot of cynicism as well about a lot of this stuff. 47 years, I went back and forth not thinking this stuff was actually real, didn't make a difference. But what ends up happening is that as I noticed through the beginning of the streak that I had, especially this last streak, when I was in monk mode, women tended to communicate to me differently. Now, perhaps there's a lot more to it than just the retention. But let's think about this logically. If you start retaining and you keep that energy that you normally would give out, you must feel, because you realize when you lose the energy, you're getting tired. We know that. So as a result of that, if you're keeping the energy, you're bound to have more energy yourself, right? And now as a result of that, I felt a lot more confident as well. Now, perhaps what we're talking about here is retention allows you to feel more confident, and then women react to that more. That's a possibility as well. A lot of times we're not talking about retention as the cure-all for everything, and I'll do a video on that a little later. What we're talking about is that retention sets the stage. And once that stage is set, now you're able then to build on that. So taking cold showers, looking at weight, I've lost, over 65 pounds, those type of things, exercising more, you're able then to have more goals, you're focusing on things more. You're focusing more on yourself. And as you focus on yourself, you're focusing less on women. And that also drives them crazy because you're making yourself at a higher level than they are, and they want the attention. Women love attention, and so if you don't give them attention, or you give them types of attention, then you take it away, or you focus on yourself, it's not really a manipulation because you're trying to better yourself. You're spending more time thinking about yourself. Women, they crave that. They want that. And I've seen this happen over and over again where women will come after you because of that. So in a sense, I understand where the comments are coming from when people don't believe in this. But if you think about it logically, it makes a lot of sense. If you're able to start controlling yourself, now you control things around you. And then we talk about conquesting. If you conquest yourself and you're able to start this process of retaining and not just letting it go, and you're actually in monk mode. And I'll say this, I think there's a difference between monk mode and nofap. The difference is obviously you're still losing a little bit of energy, even if you're edging and things like that, in my opinion, in my experiences. So I would say don't even edge. Basically, at this point, try to block it out. Now, it's almost impossible to do that perfectly. But whenever you see this, start transmuting. And I'll do a video on transmuting pretty soon as well. And with your breathing deep in, breathing out, you're exercising, you're doing things when you sense this excitement coming, you're transferring that energy back into your system. That's something that I think is really effective and important when people get into these type of situations. Keep yourself busy, making sure that you do this. But the end result will be is that as you do this more and more, as you go into your goals more and more, the less you're going to think about women. And the less you think about women, the more women want to be part of your life, your attention, because they crave that attention. They want that attention. And it tends to be something in a lot of women's makeup that they want that attention. So if you don't give them the attention, for whatever reason, some people play games. I'm not recommending playing games. I'm recommending just being your high value self. That alone is going to keep you busy enough that the same result's going to end up happening. Now, once again, what is the result you want? You want to find that girl that's going to help you with your goals. A lot of the other stuff is in my mind meaningless. Like I said, I've always said it's a nice, flattering type of thing, but that's all really it is. And when it really comes down to it, you have to achieve your goals and your purpose, and you're moving ahead with your purpose, and those type of distractions are things you don't need. But as Mr. Perfect had said, and I think there's a couple quotes that he said, Mr. Perfect was talking about the fact that they want you, everyone wants you during retention. Males actually, in a respectful way, also will want to be part of it because you send that aura. People instinctively see that aura. Now, this could be a spiritual thing. It could be just something subconsciously we're talking about. But people react differently. When you're on your purpose, I have seen this now for 1,200 days, they act differently. And their smile is different. They want to spend time with you. They're happier because what they're seeing in you may not be what you're seeing yourself. You look at yourself in the mirror, you may not see the aura. Other people notice it. And with males, it is because it's so different. Females recognize the difference between you and all the other males. We're talking about the 1% club here, guys. If you're doing this for a period of time, you stand out because there's something about you. You're keeping your energy. You're not losing it. And subconsciously, females, because they want to have children, they want that energy, they're going to track you down. They're going to keep on top of you because they really want to be around you. They love this energy because, and especially if you're giving them attention, they love the attention as well. So we talk about this, and the same thing with Remington Tufflips said it. The same thing. They will stare at you because they don't know what they're seeing. They're transfixed on this energy because you are so different. I was walking the place I was working at. I was walking at the school through, and you know, there's these women. Just all of a sudden, I heard I said the word "damn," and it was because I was walking in a suit, and all of a sudden they stopped, and these women just looked, and I kind of made a joke of it. I would just walk by, but you could tell it was a very flattering thing. But the thing was is that they just stopped. It's almost like, wow, they caught the energy. And I'm a 63-year-old guy, guys. So you have to realize that this is something that didn't happen to me very much at all. And this is something that's whole new. And so this has only been happening since I've been 59, so 3-4 years now. And it's because, in my opinion, at least my opinion, it's because of the retention and the energy. Now, you could argue that it's confidence level, but it had to start somewhere. If it starts with you achieving your goal of self-control in retention, then you can have self-control in things like you're doing, like with taking cold showers and jumping into the shower. It could be self-control in eating, calorie-wise, being able to have a calorie deficiency. It could be something like setting your goals and exercising all the time and getting the shape you want to be in. All those things are important when it comes to trying to be a better person. But the self-control becomes important. And when you do that, all of a sudden, now you become more attractive. So attraction works in this way. When people find you different, and they find you somebody that they actually want to mate with subconsciously, women will be attracted to you. Now, they don't always act on those impulses, but they will give you compliments. They will stare at you. They will flirt with you because they realize that it makes them feel good when you look at them because you're giving them attention. Plus, they love this energy you have. They want to be around this energy. They'll stay with you all day long because you make them feel good about themselves. And women have reported this in research many years, that a lot of times it doesn't matter what the guy looks like, even though, of course, the better shape you are, the more attractive you can become and look. But what happens is that it matters how the female feels when you're around them. If they feel attractive and you feel good about themselves, they're going to try to hang around you as much as they can, because that energy that you're giving off, the vibe you're giving, whatever you want to call it, is so attractive to them that it just warms them up. They're happy and they're just gayful when they're with you. And because they're feeling that way, all of a sudden, now you become a wanted person. They love you, right? People call you the king, or they call you, terms that are just affectionate type of terms. And a lot of that happens because you are conveying that energy level. And a lot of that starts then, once again, with your ability to self-control. So I appreciate the comments I appreciate even the comments that were negative that I heard today and a couple days ago. You may not believe this, but I would encourage you, all warriors, to try it out, especially the new people to the channel. Try it out. Try going at least a week or so without even thinking about women. Don't even watch TV. Don't even listen to pictures, that kind of stuff. Stay away from all that stuff. Don't even try to release energy. If you can do it for a week, I guarantee you'll see some results because your mind is different. The other thing we got to focus on here is when you look at pictures, and I've done a video on this before, when you look at pictures and you're looking at movies, you're all of a sudden, your brain is being wired in a different way. You're looking at images that are not real. And so, when you get rid of the real people, it affects the way you look at things. If you're not doing that, and you're focusing on the person, and you're focusing on yourself, your mind is clear to be receptive to people. If you're living in a false reality world of TV or internet, you're not going to do that. And so as a result of that, you're going to end up then having a distorted view of people. So when you're meeting with them and seeing them, you may not have the same reaction. You may not even get excited or aroused with a real woman because you've seen so many pictures or other stuff before. This is a dangerous type of thing we're talking about. It's an epidemic. And it gets your soul. And the evil one's on top of that all the time. So that's why you have to avoid this. And this is why we talk about retention. And even though doctors, people in this world may tell you it's a good thing, it is not a good thing to release 5-6 times a day. You know, once again, in my belief, your creators, my God, Jesus Christ, has given us the ability to procreate, and that's when we should do it. Other parts of it, we shouldn't even bother with. We should just try to stay in monk mode if we can. If we can't, at least take it one step at a time. We're all on a different level. Take it one step at a time and keep moving ahead. And eventually you'll see effects. So I would encourage you guys who are new to the channel, those who are not believing in this, go ahead and try this for a week. Stay away from women. Don't even think about women. Focus on your goals. Focus on your hobbies, whatever you might have. Something to keep you busy. If you do that enough, all of a sudden you'll see women who become attracted to you because all of a sudden the attention you were giving all of them, you're not doing anymore. And they're going to wonder why. And they're not going to be too happy about it because they thrive on this attention. It's like a drug, an addiction. They want the attention very badly. Many men who are not strong men, they tend to fall victims to this, and they fall into this, and they give women too much attention, and women push them away. And so it's kind of this push, this back and forth type of thing. But you want to focus on yourself. Don't do it because of the women. Do it because you're focusing on yourself. All right, guys, I hope this helps a little bit. We'll focus on transmutation a little bit the next couple days. I think we'll also focus on semen retention and whether it's married people or relationships. We'll talk about that a little bit too as we go through. All right, my friends. So 2 things for a Sunday evening. Hope you guys did a lot of praying today and meditation, going to church if you do that. I hope you guys have a great rest of the beginning of the week. And we'll talk again on Wednesday. But until then, my friend, 2 things I'll leave you guys with. 1, every day is a new day to a great warrior. And number 2, guys, continue to battle